Life is a journey,
not a destination.
And you don't need to go it alone.
Join me for practical tips and strategies on using mindfulness techniques and creating mindset shifts that can reduce stress, improve productivity, and give you a fresh perspective on work and life.
This is a Candy Factory Mini.
Mastering the Mindful Mindset
with Jose Johnson.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Mastering the Mindful Mindset. I am your host, Jose Johnson. Today, we're going to talk about time travel. But first, let's set the stage properly by doing our little reset. Now, if you watched episode 1, you'll hopefully remember this exercise. If you haven't watched it yet, don't worry. You can travel back in time and watch it and easily follow along. Just make sure you watch it and catch all the details. So either sitting or standing, put one hand just below your belly button, other hand on the small of your back, and imagine your abdomen is like a big balloon. And we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, filling the belly. Nice deep breath in. And then let the breath out. And again, deep breath in. And let it go. And one more deep breath in. And relaxing, let it go. All right. Hopefully that little reset has allowed you time to clear your mind and get you in the right state of mind for our time together. So let's talk about the power of time travel. Of course, I'm just kidding, right? It's a metaphor. Or is it? What is time? Is it linear? Can the past be undone? Can you experience the future? And why would you need a DeLorean to do any of that? All right, so here's a little known fact about me. Unless you really know me, as a child, I was an avid comic book reader. And that love of comics was responsible for my fascination with science. To me, the coolest superheroes got their powers as a result of science. And as far-fetched as its origins might have been, it still inspired me with the belief that things like that could just be possible. I can still remember spending hours reading. And in fact, I have this really vivid memory of a cold winter night spent sitting on top of the heat vent in our old house with a blanket and a stack of comic books. I can remember the smell and the feel of the warm air, the excitement of reading the newest issues, and the anticipation that came from those cliffhanger endings. It's almost like I was there right now. And in a way, I am. Do you see what I just did? I used the power of the mind to travel back in time. Now, you may say to yourself, that's not real time travel. You're just accessing your memory. Well, that may be true. But let's consider a few things. What determines reality? What makes an experience real? Typically, we think something is real because it registers in our physical senses. We can see, smell, hear, taste, and touch something. But if you've been following this series, you should know by now that reality is a construct of our brain and mind. All of our senses are just input devices. Your world is created and experienced between your ears. As we discussed in episode number 5, a strong memory will cause your brain to release the same neurochemicals that were released during the initial experience. This makes you feel the same thing that you did when the event originally occurred. That's why when you think back on a good memory, like the day you accomplished a monumental goal, you'll feel those same positive emotions welling up inside of you. And conversely, if you think about a bad memory, like maybe the time you got busted cheating on a math exam, you'll feel those same negative emotions, the same sense of shame and regret. So what does it have to do with time travel, and why should you care? I mean, isn't mindfulness supposed to be about just being in the present moment? Well, yes and no. Here's the thing. While the moment we physically exist in is the present, we actually construct our reality from 3 things. 1, what we're experiencing at this moment. 2, what our past experience tells us about our current situation. And 3, what we expect to experience in the future as a result of this current event. So at any given moment, we're actually experiencing life in the past, present, and the future. Now, this is related to quantum physics theories like superpositioning and entanglement. Now, time travel is a great superpower, but in the comics and in real life, there's always a dark side. This power can be used for your good, or it could be used to create chaos in your life because it's easy to get stuck. So what happens when we get stuck? For most people, the result of being stuck in the past is the constant replaying of a blooper reel of their life. Every misstep and mistake is relived. And remember, the physical results of a relived memory are the same as the actual event. This often leads people to become stuck in their situation, which causes depression, anger, poor self-esteem, and a general sense of hopelessness. Getting stuck in the future creates an endless loop of worry. We're on high alert, always expecting something to go wrong. This keeps us in chronic fight or flight mode. It causes anxiety, fear, and adrenal overload. Now, I can hear you saying to yourself, what good is it if you can go back to the past, even if it's just in your mind? You can't change the past. It's already happened. Well, prepare to get your mind a little bit blown here. Right. While we can't undo the past, we do have the power to reconstruct our relationship with it. Right. Say what? Right. Consider this. If you're watching this video in October of 2020, and like me, your work has been limited or even completely tanked by the pandemic, you would be correct in saying that this was the worst thing that's ever happened to your career. But let's say that because of the need for social distancing, you figure out a new way to provide your service. You shift your business model, and as a result, in 2025, you're standing on the deck of your new beach house in Maui after experiencing exponential growth that has taken you far beyond where you would have been, all because of a horrible situation that occurred 5 years earlier. Do you think the way you viewed the current situation would change? Now, it wouldn't undo what happened, and it certainly wouldn't bring back the lives that we've unfortunately lost, but your relationship with it would change. And when your view of history changes, you begin to change your history. In the present, we can only see things as they are. From the future, we can look back and see what they can become. So let's do a little time travel. This guided meditation is designed to help you use the power of your mind to travel in time, to create a new version of your past, to clearly see the future, and to bring it all together to create a new present reality. So we're going to begin by bringing our awareness to our current moment and focus on our breathing. You can let your eyes gently close, feeling your breath, listening to your breath. Now bring your focus to your heart, feeling your heartbeat. Listening to your heartbeat. Now become aware of the space around you. Perhaps it's the chair you're sitting on or the floor you're standing on. Be completely aware of this moment, but not attached to it. Now, as we travel to the past, I want you to draw up a positive memory from your past. Think of a time when you experienced success, happiness, joy, satisfaction. See yourself there. Where were you? What were you wearing? What did you see? What did you hear? Taste? Smell? How did you feel knowing that you were living one of the best moments of your life? Can you feel that joy? The strength that comes from being in such a positive situation? The confidence that comes from achieving your goals, of seeing your dream become a reality? Hold on to all of those feelings. Let them fill your heart, your mind, and your soul. Now come back to the present. Bring the strength of the past with you to this present moment. Now we're going to travel into the future. See your future self 1 year from now, 10 years from now, or just an hour from now. See yourself with the same sense of accomplishment, with the same joy and satisfaction, knowing in your heart, in your mind, and in your soul that your best days are not behind you. That joy, that love, that success await you in the future. Now return to the present and look back to the past and see a time when things went wrong, but ended up putting you in a better position. Maybe it was when you lost a job, but as a result found a better paying job. Or when a relationship fell apart, but that allowed you to find someone who you care for at an even deeper level. From your present understanding, look back and see how all of your fears, worries, and uncertainties for the future were simply not true. How what looked and felt like a failure at the time was setting you up for a larger victory. Allow yourself to feel the confidence that comes with knowing that things worked out for the good, that the end results were worth the struggle. Hold on to the feeling and the knowledge that you have the ability to turn any setback into success. Now, with that knowledge and that feeling in mind, allow yourself to travel to the future, to see yourself, to feel yourself full of confidence 1 year from now, 10 years from now, or even just an hour from now. Knowing that whatever is troubling you at this moment, whatever situation feels insurmountable, whatever is making you feel defeated and wanting to quit is only temporary, and that you can and will come through this time stronger and happier as a result. Now bring yourself back to this moment, full of the feelings of joy, love, success, confidence, strength, full of the knowledge that you can create your future, that you can recreate your past, and fully live in this present moment. Okay, how do you feel now that you've discovered your new superpower of time travel? Hey, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed our journey through time together and now have some new tools for your mindfulness toolbox to help you to create an upgraded version of your life. If you have a question or a topic you'd like me to cover in a future episode, make sure you just drop it in the comment section and I'll do my best to help you out. Make sure you subscribe and share this episode with someone that you feel could benefit from this information. And also take time to check out all the other fantastic programming brought to you here on the Candy Factory Collective. So until next time, remember, it is what it is, but it becomes what you make it. So make it great. Mastering the Mindful Mindset is part of the Candy Factory mini-series and is a proud member of the Candy Factory Collective. You can find the show streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, LinkedIn, and you can subscribe to the audio version anywhere you get your podcast.
Jose Johnson has traveled the world competing and teaching martial arts.
He's an entrepreneur, musician, author, and speaker.
Check out Jose's other podcast,
The Trumpet Gurus Hang.
And learn more about his book,
Mindfulness Secrets, at his website,
josejohnson.com.
Mastering the Mindful Mindset is produced by the Candy Factory Collective.
at the Candy Factory Co-working Campus in Lancaster, PA.
Our music was written and recorded by Jose. Production support by Anna Tran.
Administrative support by Ann Kirby, Ariana Henderson,
Krisha Martzel, Jason Mundock, and Robert Diggs.
Notes and links can be found at the show post at our website,
CandyFactoryCollective.com.
Candy Factory.
Collective.